future and taking care of him in the future, you know, because...
Yes, you got to keep your affairs in order just in case anything happens. You know, you got to have a will. And now you got to have the living will.
Living will.
In case you get incapacitated in life, you have to say what your wishes are, you know. And I made out a living will, and I said, whatever you do, don't pull that damn plug. Because...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what happens. As soon as you get there, you're incapacitated.
Right.
They get your relatives and your friends around. They go, hey, Norm's incapacitated. Any of you guys know? And they're like, hey, oh, yeah. I remember Norm saying he wanted to get killed. And then we don't have to visit him no more, right?
Yeah.
So I also don't have a plug. I have a series of plugs.
Really?
Because I don't want one plug.
That's
and then one of them janitors come with the wide broom, knock out my plug. You know, my
Belt
brother's...
and suspenders.
Exactly, exactly. I'll tell you something, man. I say, hey, you don't want to be a burden. I'm like, good Lord, I hope don't want to be a burden. I'm lying there incapacitated. You know, you can't take 10 minutes out of your bridge game to come touch my hand.
I agree. I agree with you, Norm.
Yeah. But some people, in their living will, they go, no, I'd much rather not lie in this comfortable bed. Please bury me in the earth.
Well, 2 points of view on that.
I don't want to die.
Well, nobody does, Norm.
Well, some people seem all right with it. I made this is actually serious. I made a living will because they told me I should.
Yeah, that's what they tell you.
Do you have people to give the stuff to? I mean,
but you know,
do you have a harpy in your own life?
No.
Oh, really?
There's no
a
harpy?
living will is not a will. A living will is what happens in case you become a vegetable.
Do not resuscitate or take my organs, or are you giving away your organs? Do you have a?
No,
really?
I'm saying this is kind of selfish, but I told them never to pull the plug, never to.
You did not.
What? I don't want to.
Didn't.
Yes, I did. That's what I have in my living will because I don't want to die. So unfortunately, because I had to discuss it with lawyers and everything, it's going to run my money all out, and then
you'll wake up from this death-defying illness.
That's what I'm hoping, that I'll wake up, but my money will run out, and so my child won't get any of my money or anything like that.
So you have a child?
Yeah, I have a child, but he won't be getting any of my money if I happen to go into a vegetative state because...
For a lengthy period.
Did they bring that up to you? Like, wow, this is really selfish of you, Norm. Maybe you should consider putting some money aside for the boy.
Well, no, I'm not allowed to because I have to deplete all my money before then. They'll pay for it themselves. The hospital, you know.
Right.
They're forbidden not to keep you on life support.
Is that even after all your funds have run out, they can't say,
kill
well,
you.
he can't pay for it anymore?
Because I know what happens because I've seen it so many times. Like you're the vegetable, you know, and then they go, hey, they go get your relatives around. And they go, what do you guys think? And then your relatives go, I think Norm said he wanted to die. You know, like I think he said he wouldn't want to be a burden and all this stuff. You know, they just lie.
And so you're putting it right in the well. I want to be a burden.
Well, listen, I'm the vegetable. If being a burden is my mother not going to her bridge game a couple times so she can come and touch my hand, sorry. Sorry for burdening your life. Live alone and I'll die alone, just like my father did. And
he didn't. He had kids. At one point, he was married. He
but he
opened
died
himself
alone.
Up for it. Why did he die alone?
Because everyone dies alone.
Where did he die?
All you can hope for is someone watching you die, but I don't really.
Well, you won't have that because you don't have any friends.
No, I don't want to see. I don't want someone to watch me die.
You just said you want your mother to miss her bridge game and come and put her hand on yours.
Well, that's when I'm in a vegetative state in order to stay alive. You know what I mean? Anything to stay alive.
You know, I was confused by you last time you were on here. I was like, what are his motivations?
Well, wouldn't you like to stay alive? Wouldn't you like to live forever?
Not really.
Well, you're only saying that because it's impossible.
Because I know it's impossible. However, I'll tell you something. If a vampire came along right now and could give me immortality, I would totally go for it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Especially with those superhuman strengths that they have. Listen,
plus they're sexy.
I'm taking some calls for you.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Okay.
Chunky, you're on the air with Norm Macdonald, who's at Cobb's all weekend. Go ahead.
Hey, Norm, listen, man, I don't know when you went Colonel Kurtz and went up the river, but you totally remind me of Marlon Brando when he's in Apocalypse Now. The horror. The horror. I will come and watch you die, Norm. No problem.
Oh, that's so sweet, Chunky. Thank you. Chunky needs friends, too.
I want to say you've made me feel dirty, and I'm all right with that.
All right.